Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
It's not their beliefs, it's what God has revealed. And we know that is what God has revealed because the God that has revealed it, we know the property sets of it, the God that revealed it. And the property set is the property set that I'm verbalizing right now, that he's always revealing, that he reveals, he's a mind, he's always truth revealing, that he's omniscient, omnipotent, that he has sovereign control over things, that he's maximally relational. These are all properties of the Christian God that no other ultimate has. And once you realize that, you're going to end up having to try to start erecting another worldview where you're trying to posit the attributes and the qualities of the Christian God, at which point you just be conceding that the Christian God does have the necessary property sets, and you're just trying to create a manifestation of a God that's trying to mimic or caricature that. At which point you just conceded the argument. At which point you just conceded the argument to me.
So
okay?
we know that these beliefs are true because somebody else wrote it down that it's true, right?
No, we know these beliefs are true because the impossibility of the contrary.
That's the point. How have all you've done is laid out a bunch of beliefs written down in scripture, and you say that we know it's true because it was written down in scripture. So the question I'm asking you is, how did you rule out all other concepts of God that are written down in sacred texts that are believed just as firmly as yours? What's the method?
All the other gods do not have the property set of the Christian God. And I just went over the properties. I went over the fact that he's always truth revealing, that he does engage in revelation, period, omniscience, omnipotence, etc. I just went over this. Okay. None of the other religions have the property set of the Christian God. None of them.
How do you know that?
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because the Christian God is mutually exclusive to every other God claim.
Because why? Because the book says it?
No, because that's what it means to be mutually exclusive. You have one claim, and that every other claim that there is different. If you do have a claim, where they do claim to be the Christian God, then you just conceded the argument to the Christian. Okay, that God has a necessary property set that is necessary for intelligibility. Okay, so I've explained to you now how the Christian God does have these properties, how we know that he has these properties in scripture, and because he's always truth revealing, we can know that we can have trust or faith in the scriptures, and that aside from that, you don't have intelligibility.
Yeah, but I asked you about this before.
I've just made this clear now. I've just made this clear now multiple times.
Yeah, I've asked you this before. It's like, why do these property sets and why does this particular property set, is it necessary to have intelligibility? And when we hashed it out with specific reference, can I finish? With a specific reference to always being truth revealing, all that reduced down to is not that the quality of being always truth revealing is necessary for intelligibility, but God has that property, and therefore God's necessary to have intelligibility. So it actually didn't have anything to do necessarily with the quality of being always truth revealing. Or are you saying it does?
I've explained this. Look, Tom, I've explained this multiple times, and I explained it to you last time you asked me about this. I explained this multiple times, and I explained this the last time we talked. When you are talking about a God who's a liar, you destroy your ability to know anything. Okay?
Why?
Because I'm explaining it to you. The revelation that you're appealing to is from a God that can lie. Okay, so you have no confidence whatsoever in the revelation of the God that you're saying.
It's just about confidence.
No, listen. If you're already conceding,
why'd you use that word?
You're already conceding that in such a worldview you have no ability to know anything, because the knowledge that you're purporting, is a knowledge or is the revelation of that which is a liar. Okay, do you have any knowledge from liars? No, you don't. You don't have knowledge from liars, because
of course
what has been revealed is a lie. So when it comes to knowledge, right? Knowledge requires that there are true states of affairs, which you know is true. In a world where that which is ultimate is revealing falsehood to you, then you cannot say that you have knowledge.
Has your mom ever lied to you?
I'm sure.
Oh no.
Sure, but possibly. I don't know.
And have you gained knowledge from your mom? Ever?
Yeah, but you don't. But that's not the issue.
Okay,
the issue is what is foundational. The issue is what is foundational and ultimate to all of reality, period. Okay? And so when it comes to knowledge, wholesale, epistemology, the grounding for the very epistemology itself is going to be based upon the revelation of the Christian God. Okay? And if you're going to try to posit a God that is not the Christian God, a God that can lie, a God that is a liar, then you don't have an epistemology to appeal to, because you're already conceding that the God that you're referring to is a liar. Okay? So is that the God you believe in, Tom? Is the God you believe in?
You're already trying to divert,
have you rejected
you're
your
already trying
atheism
to
and now
divert
believe?
because you
Have you rejected? Let me finish. Tom, let me finish. Tom, let me finish.
Already finished.
Is the position that you hold to now? Have you now abandoned your atheism and now believe in God, but this God is a liar? Is that what you believe now?
No, what I'm saying is that I don't see
Okay,
how this property set.
JRobin, you gotta let somebody finish when you ask him a question. Come on.
I asked him a yes or no question. All I needed was yes or no. All I needed was yes or no.
With all his might to.
So we answered the question. So we answered the question already. All right.
No,
so
I don't. Look,
Tom, do I have to mute you? Do I have to mute you?
I think you probably do for you.
Okay, thank you then. Thank you. So I'm gonna finish speaking, and then I'm gonna open the mic.
So you're just not gonna let him finish the point?
That's correct.
No. All I needed was a yes or no answer from him. Okay, so that's not the God he believes in. Okay, so I explained to him. I explained to him. Yeah, we were. Yes, we were. I asked him, is that the God you believe in? He said,
if you're
no.
not going to be dishonest, then we can't take
Jack Burden, thank you very much for participating. Thank you.
He's on the trail.
I asked him a yes or no question. I asked him a yes or no question, and I asked him, do you believe in this God? He said no. Okay. So then what we're talking about conceptually here is the notion that this God exists. Now, if you hold to this God, this is the God that you hold to, then you have no grounding for knowledge. Okay, you lose the ability to ground knowledge about the state of affairs that you're purporting to exist. Okay, only in the worldview. Listen, only in the worldview of the Christian God do you have intelligibility, do you have rationality, knowledge, arguments, etc. Only in the Christian worldview. If you lack any, if the Christian worldview lacks any, if the God that you're purporting lacks any of these qualities, you lose the ability to have one, more, or all of these character sets. Okay, so it's clear. I made this clear. I already explained this numerous times. If you're going to appeal to a God that is a liar, okay, ultimately speaking, this is the ultimacy of reality. I'm not talking about somebody's mother or father. The ultimacy of all of reality that your epistemology itself depends upon, if that is a liar, okay, then you have no grounding to stand upon to make any statements about knowledge, period, because that which reveals things to you is a liar. Okay, so you just have a baseless worldview, a groundless worldview that you cannot actually instantiate. And thank you, Tom. Tom, thanks for staying. If we start hearing rhetoric from you, I'm just going to mute and move on. Okay, I don't need to hear the rhetoric. I want to hear an actual rebuttal to what I just said. I don't need the rhetoric. Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't see how if someone lies one time, that means you can't have knowledge. For example, if God lied to you one time, and you knew that he was therefore a liar and not always truth revealing, and he said to you, JRobin, hey, I have something to tell you. Like Satan either exists or does not exist, right? Can you not know that that's a dichotomy that's true?
No, on what grounding? On what grounding? On the grounding of a lying God? No, you don't have grounding for that belief.
Why not?
It wouldn't be knowledge. Because God is a liar, right? I mean, there's nothing more to add to this conversation. I made this clear already. You don't have grounding for that belief because God is a liar. It's already been established that God reveals falsehood.
Yeah, but what could be false about that statement?
Anything. God's a liar.
What do you mean?
Anything could be false about that statement because God's a liar.
The statement Satan exists or does not exist, that could be false?
In a worldview where you have a God that lies to you, then anything that is revealed to you is subject to lie. Or subject to being under a lying God. Therefore, you don't have grounding for your knowledge. You cannot ground your knowledge at all in such a worldview. So I made this clear last time we talked. By the way, I don't know why this is unclear.
So it seems like it's possible for like revelation to be subject to being false. It seemed like a completely coherent idea. So how do you know that your revelations are false?
Because God's always truth revealing.
Yeah,
By the
but
way,
you just said
are we now?
You just said that that's subject to not being true, right?
Yeah,
Revelations could conceptually be false.
No, in a world where that which reveals to you is a liar. Okay, not in the Christian worldview where God is always truth revealing.
Yeah, but
Okay?
that's completely compatible with God being a liar and revealing it to you.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
I explained to you why it's not. No, it's not. I explained to you why. In a world where God is a liar, you destroy your ability to know anything. The Christian worldview grounds intelligibility, rationality, knowledge, arguments, and more. Okay? In the world that you're espousing, that's not possible. Okay? Because what's going to be revealed to you.
Yeah, but you're missing the point, JRobin. Look, if
I didn't miss any point, actually.
Look, I've rendered this argument again. I'll just render it again for the people in the room, right? So a person is dying of dehydration in the Sahara Desert, right? And 1 second before he dies, he drops dead. God whispers into his ear and tells him there's an even number of hydrogen atoms in the universe as opposed to the truth that there's an odd number. Fast forward right after that instant, a man orders a club sandwich in a diner, and now the waitress can't understand what he's saying. Why is that the case? I don't get it.
Yeah, because you lose your ability to know anything. They can't know anything.
Yeah, how?
Because the basis of your epistemology is the revelation of God. I don't think you're understanding that. Okay? Now, if God's a liar, then you don't have grounds for your epistemology because that which can be revealed to you is a lie.
Yeah, but that's based on knowing that he's a liar.
And you don't have.
How would the waitress know that there was a lie told on the other side of the world?
That's not the issue. That's not the issue. The issue is that the God is a liar. And so you don't have a grounding for your epistemology.
Well, nothing would change for the waitress.
Yeah, yes, they would. The fact that they exist in a world where God is a liar means that prior to that moment, even if God could lie, prior to the lie that was being told, they still didn't have knowledge of anything. Okay,
no,
because the revelation is from a God that is a liar. That's why.
Yeah, that's contingent upon knowing that.
No, it's not contingent about knowing that. There is nothing more to be said about this. I mean, I've just repeating the same answer. I've been repeating the same answer over and over again.
Relax.
And maybe I'm very relaxed. Don't tell me to relax. And maybe it's an issue of you trying to score rhetorical points, which again, look, this empty rhetoric thing isn't working here. Okay, it's not going to work here. It's not going to work anywhere where I'm going to actually.
This is rhetoric.
Challenge you on the position that you're giving me. No, it's not rhetoric. It's exposing you as the fraud that you are, Tom. Okay,
that's rhetoric.
We can have cordial conversations, but I just want you to know that you're a complete fraud. Okay,
it's fine.
So when it comes to the revelation of God, of that which is foundational, that which is ultimate, you have no grounding for your epistemology if that which is ultimate is a liar. Very plain, very simple. I've been saying this for the past 10 times now. And maybe you just need to go ahead and listen. Maybe you just need to go back to your recording and listen to it to maybe let it solidify in your head. Because there's nothing more for me to say.
So do I get to talk now? Do I get to talk now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Please don't be rhetoric, please. Not.
So I think it's your position that after Jesus tells that lie, on the other side of the earth, right? Once that guy speaks that order for the club sandwich, that waitress now just suddenly hears wah, 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 wah. She just hears like gibberish, right?
I didn't say that. I said they have no grounding for their knowledge at all.
Okay,
I'm saying they have no grounding.
Oh, so she understands the order? Great, there's still intelligibility.
I didn't listen. I didn't say that. I said that you destroy your ability to know anything.
God being all truth revealing is not necessary for.
I said that in the worldview that you're espousing, you need the Christian God to ground all of these things. You need the Christian God to ground intelligibility, knowledge, rationality, arguments, etc. Okay, that's what you require. That's what the Christian God requires. Okay. Now, if you're going to deny or reject the properties of this God, of any ultimate that you're asserting, you're going to lose one or more of these things. Now, in the case that you are espousing, you lose the ability to know anything at all. Okay, so in such a case, then you would actually lose intelligibility, because that which you claim to know isn't actually what you know. Okay, so then you don't actually know anything. You're living in a realm where everything that you assert is groundless. Everything that you claim to know is groundless. Every state of affairs that you claim to posit is a groundless state of affairs.
All you're saying, JRobin, is God is true because he has to be true. That's all you're saying. And you
That's
haven't.
not what I said.
No.
That's not what I said, Andricus. Andricus, that's not what I said.
So, just to be clear, when the man orders the club sandwich, does the waitress understand his order?
The waitress wouldn't understand anything because they wouldn't know anything. You don't know anything in that world.
Does she understand that he wants to order a club sandwich?
She doesn't know anything.
Knowledge.
I just answered this question.
You asked me.
So
You told me she doesn't know anything, right?
Again. Go ahead. Go back to the recording that you're recording. Go back to it.
You're answering a different question, right? I'm not asking you. Does the waitress know?
I said she wouldn't understand anything. Okay, because she doesn't have knowledge of anything. She wouldn't understand anything in that world.
She doesn't have. Yeah, she doesn't have epistemic certainty, right?
No,
but that doesn't mean that she can't understand.
No, she wouldn't have knowledge of anything or understanding of anything, because the God that's revealed, natural and special revelation, okay, has no grounding. So that would include natural revelation too. That what you perceive to be the case isn't actually the case. That what has been revealed to you in audible or special form is not actually the case.
Yeah, but you're just talking about something different.
No, I'm not talking about anything different. I'm talking about intelligibility, knowledge, in a realm where that which is engaging in revelation is engaging in falsehood. Yeah, so you would lose intelligibility because that includes general revelation as well, and special revelation. Okay, that which God exudes is not contradictory, is not false, right? God, the Christian God, is logical and is always truth revealing. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not asking you about like certainty. For example, the guy.
I'm not talking about certainty either.
Can you let me finish, man? So I'm not saying that the guy says, "Hey," to the waitress, "I have a pet rabbit," and then like she no longer knows if that's true or not. All that needs to happen for intelligibility is the guy orders a club sandwich and she.
Yeah, that's your claim.
Like
Thanks for the claim.
And
nice claim.
What?
Nice claim. Nice claim. Thank you. I already explained it to you.
Can you not interrupt me, man?
Yeah, but no, you're trying to waste my time. There are other people in the room that I think we could have more.
I know you hate this.
There are more people in the room. Yeah, okay, right. Thanks for the rhetoric again. Thank you. We needed it. Okay. I explained this to you numerous times in very, very similar wording. Very similar wording to the point where a 4-year-old can understand what I'm saying. You don't want to understand because you just want to get clicks and likes and views. And okay, I mean, if you're going to be a dishonest little fraud like you are, then fine, that's okay. But don't drag me down into it. Okay, I want you to respond directly to what I said, or we're done. Okay. In a world, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you the scenario again. I want you to respond.
When do I get to talk? When do I get to talk?
Okay. All right. Thank you for participating. Thank you. We needed this conversation in our lives. We really needed it because it was that enriching to us.
Stop bitching.
We couldn't have lived without Tom Rabbit, right? I mean, come on. I mean, obviously, right? But
what rumor?
I want to know from anyone who decides that they wanted to deny, to reject the revelation of God, the Christian God in the Bible. What worldview are you standing on to do that?
By the way, did you get that, Tom Rabbit?